all the thousands of dollars Louis Vuitton is just holding on to without fulfilling orders. Like, you know how bad that is? I think a lot of people got sucked into the hype of it, right? I don't know how long they want to hold on to your money for, guys, like 6 months before they give you an order.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. Just thought I'd change my background to spice it up, but I watched Kat L's videos last night and Super Jacobs a few days ago, and I wanted to talk about the topic of the Louis Vuitton pre-orders because I noticed that there were a number of people talking about it and sharing their experience and how they feel about the whole system. Now, the Louis Vuitton pre-order system is something that I personally have done a few times. I wanted to order a heart-shaped bag from the Game On collection a few years ago. I was obsessed with it, you guys. You don't understand. Like, I was stalking the website trying to figure out when they would drop that heart bag, and I was like stalking all the Instagram pages like Foxy LV and, you know, all the OGs, and I just wanted to know when they would drop this heart-shaped bag. And I would call client services and ask them like when I could order it, and they said, yeah, we could definitely take your pre-order when they are open. I managed to call them one day and they said, you know, the pre-orders are open, you can pre-order this bag, and I ended up paying for the bag. I think it was a few $1,000s, then waiting, you know, a month, 2 months, and then I ended up just, you know, calling up and asking where my bag was, and they said that they couldn't fulfill the order. And I felt somewhat annoyed because I was obsessed with this bag and I really wanted it, and I guess it was also annoying because they had been holding on to my, you know, thousands of dollars for several months, gaining interest, and you know, it just felt a bit annoying that they would take my money and then not guarantee me an order. Ever since then, I was a bit tainted with the pre-order system, and I will say it has happened to me a few times where Louis Vuitton has taken my money, and then I'd have to chase them up to ask where was the status of my order, and then sometimes they would just say, oh, actually we can't fulfill the order. And it's weird that they would just tell me that when I would chase them up, but they couldn't reach out to me and say, oh, it turns out we can't fulfill your order. Like, it seems like there's no system to really follow up with the status of these orders. And I don't know whether it's because they are juggling such an influx of orders or what, but I just don't think that it's very professional that you shouldn't give your customer updates on what the status of your order is if they have taken a full deposit. I can kind of understand if you put down an order without paying for it, why they wouldn't update you on it. Or, I mean, still would be nice. For example, if you ask your sales associate if you can transfer a item from one store to another, maybe you won't put down a deposit for that. Maybe they'll just choose to do it, and then I don't know, they forget to do it or something, and then, you know, that's not great service either. But I think especially when you are giving money to a company, they should make a real effort to update you on your order and see whether it can be fulfilled. And technically, if you are giving them your money, they should fulfill the order, right? Like, I don't think they should just keep you up in the air and yeah, just take your money for absolutely no reason. Yes, there was a few times, like another time when I ordered some Christmas collection stuff and they couldn't fully fulfill my order either, which I found really annoying. And also, I think it was for the Catagram collection, I might have pre-ordered something and they couldn't fulfill it. Anyway, I just recall it's happened to me a few times, and ever since then, I've been very hesitant to put down any Louis Vuitton pre-orders because I know that it's not guaranteed and they're just taking your money because they can sometimes, which I also find is it seems very desperate to me. Why would you take my money if you actually can't fulfill the order? Like, it's a very confusing system, and, you know, I don't work at Louis Vuitton, so I don't really understand how their system works because honestly, no other brand does that, where they just take a client's money and pretend that they're going to give you an order, but then they don't. Like, no other brand will do that, you guys. Like, it's just so strange. Like, Chanel won't do that. Hermes won't do that. Hermes, even if you do a special order, like, they won't make you pay for the special order until it arrives, which I think is fair. I think that even for Louis Vuitton, you should be able to put down an order, but then you shouldn't have to pay for it until it arrives, right? The fact that they take your money, they're so willing to just take your money straight away, to me, it
seems very desperate. So I'm just like, calm down, Louis Vuitton. They would be holding on to so much money, you guys, from these Murakami collections. Like, there are so many people who haven't got their order yet, right? Think of all the thousands of dollars Louis Vuitton is just holding on to without fulfilling orders. Like, you know how bad that is? And they're willing to hold on to your money for literally several months. I don't know how long they want to hold on to your money for, guys, like 6 months before they give you an order. And there's a chance also your order might not get fulfilled and they've just held on to your money for several months. Anyways, guys, I did order something from the Murakami collection online, and it's weird that, you know, in the past, I would either request to make an order through the phone, or I would go into the store and the sales associate would help me put down an order. But now online, there was a small text I noticed in some of the Murakami listings that it would say, you know, it will come in like 4 to 6 weeks, or sometimes it would say it will come in 10 weeks, which, you know, at least they specify. But I did place an order for a scarf, a panda scarf, and I'm pretty sure, I should have taken a screenshot, guys. I'm pretty sure it said it will come in 3 to 4 weeks. And so I bought it, and then a month had passed and it still said pending for validation. And I was just like, okay. And then it said estimated to be due that week. I was just like kind of like looking at it, seeing when it would update and whatever. And then, yeah, it was saying, oh, due, like it was like a certain period of week it said that it would come. And then that week had passed and it still said that, and it still said pending for validation. So I just got fed up with it because I'm like, what the hell? They're like holding onto my money and then they're not giving me any status update. So I just ended up cancelling the order because I was actually, I don't know. Also, I realized that with the Murakami collection, I really did get, I mean, I think a lot of people got sucked into the hype of it, right? So I kind of, the FOMO started to wear off and I just thought, you know what, maybe I'll just cancel the order. But I think that's the thing, guys. Like, a lot of people will probably just cancel the order if they haven't fulfilled it in time, because, you know, when people buy stuff, especially like these hot designer collections, they want it, you know, with it, especially if it's a launch. Like, if you're launching a collection, shouldn't you have the stock available to send off? Like, why is it that they're launching a collection where they can't fulfill the orders? Like, that just seems a bit unorganized, I would say. They probably had years to organize this collection. I mean, it is like a very significant collection for Louis Vuitton, like the Murakami collection, and the whole thing seems very unorganized, and I don't know why that is. Maybe there is just such an influx of demand that they literally can't keep up with the orders, but if that's the case, you shouldn't really be taking so many people's money without fulfilling the orders either. Now, I did, as I mentioned, watch Cat L last night, and I'll link Cat L below. The cat, she ended up ordering something as well, and, you know, similar situation to me. Several months, weeks had gone past and it wasn't updating and all that. Anyways, I won't tell you the full story, so you can watch her story as well, but she felt very frustrated and angry at how they were not able to give her a specific time or update as to what her order was. I also want to mention Super Jacob made an excellent video about this as well, and it's not actually just something that is happening with Louis Vuitton. Jacob also ordered some items from the Murakami collection and had a similar experience with it, them not giving you the right kind of time frame as to whether your order would come or not. Also, he ordered some Takashi Murakami baseball hats from a website, it's like a baseball kind of brand. Anyway, I'm not very sporty, guys, but watch Super Jacob's video as well, and it just so happens that they will not be able to fulfill Jacob's order for like 6 months or so, which is crazy that a company would take your money and not give you a specific time as to when it would come, and then just drop it on you that it's actually going to come in 6 months. It feels like you're being taken advantage of, and it feels also, it honestly feels desperate from these luxury brands to be able to be willing to take so many people's money. I can't even imagine, guys, like, I've had eBay stores and all that stuff before, right? And I get a bit nervous if I don't send the item within like 2 days, because I feel like, oh my gosh, they're going to feel like I'm like jibbing them if I haven't sent it in time, or like I wait like a few weeks to send the item. Like, you know, it's all like on eBay, if you don't send your item in a timely manner, it actually gives you a bad reputation on eBay. And I would say even if I'm selling my own personal items, I make sure that I ship them out within the like 48 hours so it gets to the person in time. And usually I'll ship express as well because I feel like, yeah, like they deserve to have the item because I have their money. So I feel guilty having someone's money when I haven't given them their item, you know. I actually feel quite bad. So I don't understand how Louis Vuitton doesn't feel bad at all for holding onto literally hundreds, if not thousands of people's money and not fulfilling an order in a timely manner. Like, it's extremely unprofessional. And it's also shows that they really don't care about anyone's feelings. So why should we care about them if they literally don't care about us? Also, given, I think, the fact that it's not just like, you know, buying a Labubu or a Hello Kitty, right? It's literally thousands of dollars that you're spending in many cases, especially if you're buying a handbag. And the fact that they're not willing to give any effort as to show you what the status of the order or any kind of apology or anything is really bad. It's worse than shopping on eBay or something, guys. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's very poor quality service in my opinion. So I think this whole situation it shouldn't be acceptable. Like, we shouldn't actually accept this, especially from a luxury brand that where the service should be, you know, actually far superior to any other brand, right? Let me know how you feel about the whole pre-order system. I know for some people it would be, you know, totally fine, especially if you've ordered something and, you know, you've been able to secure the item and it's come in a timely manner. But I don't think it's very fair to hold onto someone's money for several months and not give them any update as to what the status of your order will be. And I don't also think it's very fair to hold onto someone's money and then not be able to fulfill an order. Like, I don't understand why they would do that. They should be able to give you some sort of compensation or some sort of apology for holding onto your money for that long. Because if you take someone's money, you should deliver, I think. You should deliver. You should custom make the bag for someone and deliver it to them because they paid for it. I'll link Kat L and Jacob's videos below too because they had a whole different perspective on the topic as well. And thanks for watching my video today, guys. And I'll talk to you really soon. Bye!